Hi, finally.
How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Just doing good, man. Sorry, this whole thing kept kind of going up and down, and all that stuff.
Yeah, I know even I've been facing some technical glitches today, so it's fine till we manage to
Yeah,
finally get online. But we,
exactly.
we should just blame it on the internet and our phones sometimes.
You're looking good. I like the way your hair is looking nice. Very
Yeah,
nice.
thank you.
Yes.
Thank you. I mean, if I'm sitting and chatting with you, my hair has to look nice. I mean, otherwise, why am I even doing this with you? Okay,
Oh my
so
God.
Savio, I'm gonna
Hey,
quickly.
sorry. This one come and trouble me. Say hi.
Hi!
Hello. That's
Oh my
Asha.
God, that's so cute. Hi!
Can I go? Can I go? Please, can I do this? Please. Hmm? Okay.
I think we're gonna get a
Asha,
lot
can I
more
keep
viewers
counting?
because of her.
Yeah. Tell
Amazing.
me.
So, Savio, very quickly, I'm just going to reintroduce the whole session for everybody who's tuned in back again. So, firstly, guys, thank you so much for coming again and forgiving us for the glitches that we've been facing today. My name's Hesha, and today I have with me none other than I mean, what do I even say about him? Be it pageants, be it celebrities, he's been an amazing hairstylist, a hairstyling expert as well. And I think anything that you might have today with regards to your hair, whether you're just somebody who's tuned in to watch the live or you are a budding Miss India aspirant, Savio is here to answer it all. What's up, Savio?
You tell me, Hesha. Thank you so much for having me on the show. It's nice, good to kind of be here, share some good stuff. Let's see. Let's kind of a lot of questions were coming up earlier. I could see a lot of
Yeah,
questions coming up
lot
earlier.
of questions. So, Savio, before we start taking questions from everybody, I would love for you to sort of take us down the memory lane and talk about your association with beauty pageants and Miss India, because I know you go a long, long way. So, why don't you take us through that?
So I worked with Nalini and Yasmin. It's been like 22 years, and I worked with them when I started my career. And we had all the Bollywood celebrities and all the pageant, what do you call it, participants who would come into Nalini and Yasmin. And at the time, I got a chance to kind of work, and I made great friends. I mean, I got to know Priyanka Chopra as my first Miss India and a Miss World.
Wow.
Yeah, so
Oh, wow.
I came into Bombay and I used to kind of, I was cutting her hair, trimming her hair and styling her hair. I used to get her ready for her stuff and all. And eventually she won Miss India and then she won the Miss World as well, which was another
True.
story altogether.
Yeah.
And yeah, over a period of time, I just met so many people. There was Nafisa, was Neha Dupia. Neha Dupia is a very good friend of mine, and there was Shraddha, there was Simran, Priya, Selena Jetli, Amrita, Pooja Gupta. Then, of course, latest was Anukriti,
Yeah.
and now Suman. So, yes, so I've met a lot of the girls over the years. I took a break from Miss India for some time because then I started focusing a lot on Bollywood and doing my own thing and opening up salons and all that stuff.
Yeah.
And yeah, I've come back into the scene now. The last 2 years, I've come back to the Miss Diva and the Miss India scene,
Yes.
of grooming the girls for their hair, getting their hair, and especially the haircuts and the colors. Because for the camera, end of the day, this is what shows, most of the time.
Yeah.
And this is your hair is your crowning glory. So, I'm glad that the Miss India, all of you all kind of decided to call me back again on board. And it's great to kind of ensure that we are coloring and we are cutting the girl's hair in such a way that it's glamorous and it can
Yeah.
be styled in a lot of ways. Because you know how it is for Miss India, right? Or
Yes.
anything glamorous. You have it in curls sometimes, you have it straight sometimes. So it kind of has to kind of look super sexy at all given times. The color placement has to be well so it captures well on the camera as well.
True.
So it has to look good on stage. Again, when you're going out and you're speaking, because once you're a Miss India or you're a participant, you're always speaking on behalf of your pageant, and it has to look good. It has to
True.
look good for the camera. It has to good look person. So yeah, so it's been a great journey. So it became a point like, oh, you know what? If you get your hair done with Sam, and you're going to become a Miss India. Like a lucky charm. So yeah, so it was nice. It was nice. Will
That's
definitely.
amazing. Yeah, I mean, we've seen all the transformation pictures, and I'm sure whoever has tuned in as well must have seen it on our pages, be it a Miss India or a Miss Diva page for sure. So, Savio, kudos for all the amazing makeovers that you've been giving our girls as well when it comes to their hair. So,
Well, not only me,
clubbing,
actually, it's my team as well.
you and
They'll
your
kill
team.
me. Me and my team. Yaini, Wendy, Devi, Del, Baku, Chetan, Neha, Rohan. Guys, see, if I don't take the name, they're going to kill me. You know what I'm saying? Latika, Rohini, Ragini, yeah. I mean, these are the guys, who we're sitting and we're kind of we're kind of putting up Delnas, who are putting up, help us kind of put the look together. You know what I'm saying? We sit down,
Yeah.
brainstorm, put the look together. Yes.
That's true. Savio, I so agree with you when you say that, your hair is your crowning glory and you ought to take care of it, right? So, especially, first of all, I want to say that Shreya Rao has tuned in and she's saying he's got the best team. Love from 2018 girls, Savio. Thank you, Shreya.
Thank you, Shreya. I love you, Shreya.
That's so
Going to see you
cool.
soon after this lockdown.
Yes, yes. I'm sure even Shreya would be very excited. So, sorry, Savio, coming back to the question, you rightly said that your hair is your crowning glory. And I feel that this is the time where, I keep telling, even in my previous lives, that, your budding Miss Indias can totally take care of themselves and how, especially their
Yeah.
hair now, right? So, I
Cool.
also see a lot of questions are coming with regards to what they should be doing during this quarantine phase to take care of their hair. So, any tips that you'd like to share?
One tip for all the girls, and that goes for you as well. But your hair's looking nice, so I'm impressed. But otherwise, you know what? In this quarantine, one thing that I guess, try to condition your hair at least 2 or 3 times a week. So even if you're at home, tie your hair just hold your hair in a ponytail, wet the hair a little bit. Yeah,
Oh,
just put your
like
hair in a
this?
ponytail.
Okay.
Yeah, show me whatever hair comes now, put in the front. The
Yeah.
ponytail, show me the ponytail. Yeah. So all that hair that is there, you know what I'm saying? Wet it a
Yeah.
little bit. So before you go in for your shower, just wet that hair a little bit. Take a little bit of conditioner, little bit, not too much
Okay.
also.
And
Run
then
it
put
through
it
the
through.
mid-length and end. Comb it
Okay,
up
like
now nicely.
okay.
Yeah. But yeah, through and through. Tie it up into a juda and just let it be on your hair. Keep it on for a good half an hour, 45 minutes. Yeah.
Oh.
Once you go in for your shower, shampoo, once you put water on your hair, shower, whatever stuff, shampoo the scalp out and then rinse out the conditioner. You don't need to condition it again.
Okay.
So what happens is the conditioners kind of nourish the mid-lengths and ends, in that good half an hour, 45 minutes. Because the moment you go in for a shower, you wash it, you shampoo it, and then you put conditioner, you keep it on for 2-3 minutes,
True.
maximum 5 minutes.
And then
And
rinse it out.
it doesn't really do anything. And again,
Correct.
if you leave the conditioner onto the mid-lengths and ends, when you go in for your shower and you shampoo the rest of the hair, you don't really need to shampoo the ends because the conditioner has a little bit of a cleansing agent. And because it's been on the hair for so long, it tends to kind of wash it out nicely. You know what I'm saying? So
Oh.
you don't need to shampoo the hair out completely as well.
Okay.
And that'll kind of really, really work out well. If you don't have any, and again, if you put the conditioner on to add on a little bit, you can always kind of dip a towel in hot water, wrap it around, and let it just cool on the hair. So, you're just
Okay.
getting a nice steam, just kind of steaming it out nicely, and let it be on till it cools off. Go in for your shower, do whatever work you want to do, finish off with all that, dance, jump around, do whatever. Once you go in for your shower, you sit and rinse it out. And
I
post the
think
shower, if your girls don't have a serum, because a lot of shops are shut right now, people have run out of serum, pick up baby oil. Okay, chemists are open, so from the chemist you can always pick up a little bit of baby oil. When the hair is wet and is towel dried out, take a little bit, just a few drops, how you use a serum,
yeah.
run it through, again the mid-length and then whatever comes in the ponytail, all that, you just kind of run it through, brush it out nicely. A little bit of hair will come out, which is fine. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's normal. It's nothing to be worried about.
Yeah.
But at the same time, comb it out nicely and let the hair dry out naturally. You know?
Okay.
See,
Yeah.
because a lot of the girls who are in the Miss India pageant and girls who participate, you're suddenly used to having your hair blow dried when you're going out. You're always used to having it looking nice and groomed and all that stuff.
Yeah.
So at this point, it's a nice time to just give your hair that break. You know what I'm saying? Nourish it nicely, condition it nicely, and just kind of take care of it. So, and even if you're blow drying it or you want to kind of do something for the camera, just work in the front, just this front part of it. So this whole front part and the hairline. So that's what anyway comes in the camera, right?
Correct.
So it looks
Yeah.
nice and neat. Yeah. And you can leave the rest at the back. So that's one part of it. Yeah.
That's a pretty cool
Anything else?
DIY. I think you gave a nice
I know.
DIY hair spa also in the middle. Huh? The towel thing was a pretty cool idea.
It's the easiest thing, it's the simplest thing. You know why? Because you go into the washroom, you wet your hair, takes you about 20 seconds, take the conditioner, take another 1 minute to apply it,
Yeah.
wrap it up, take your towel, dip it in hot water. Within 2 minutes, it should be done. So you don't have to sit and, oh my God, do this, do that, nothing of that sort. And then there
True.
was another question which came up earlier before I could come on the feed was of straightening your hair at home.
Yeah.
You know, of how to kind of get the hair straight. Now for that, your hairbrush, and after you've washed your hair and it's kind of towel dried, you brush it out. Just brush it out lightly. You know what I'm saying? So even if you can sit under the fan and just brush it. You know, it's going to be a little bit tedious. It'll take about a good 5-10 minutes. It won't be a perfect blow dry, but it'll definitely kind of calm the hair. It'll make it nice, camera ready for you as well. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And sit under the fan. So just kind of, but don't get a cold, huh? You know what I'm saying?
True, that's
Exactly.
true. So, Savio, we'll take a couple of questions for you. I have a question from Parth. He's asking how to increase the volume and smoothness of the hair. So, I'm assuming Parth is a guy. Hi, Parth. But I'm sure a lot of girls also would want to know how they can increase the volume and the smoothness of their hair.
To increase the volume, the first thing is pray. You gotta pray. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So the thing is, it's about, you know, some people, if they're born with naturally fine hair, you really can't do much about it. In this current scenario, because of the stress levels, you know, people, I mean, everyone's saying anxious, what's going to happen? Yeah, well, that stress tends to kind of tend to lose a little bit more hair in that. Drink a lot of water, for one, you know, for your healthy scalp. So you've got to keep your scalp healthy. So if you want fuller hair, ensure that your scalp is healthy. So it doesn't mean that, you know, I'm sitting at home, I don't need to wash it, I don't need to shampoo, no, nothing like that. So, you know, make sure you're shampooing your hair every 2 days or every 3 days. Do that part of it. Just ensure your scalp is clean. Drink a lot of water. Of course, if you're eating healthy food, it's great. And for short hair, I mean, to create a lot of volume, you know, you need a little bit of products also. You need a little bit of hair mousse, you know, just to kind of give it some kind of volume. Or you could use a dry shampoo, again, to give it some volume, which at this point, you really can't use too many of these products. True. But on a natural basis, it's just a diet right now, keeping your scalp clean. And if you think you have some vitamin deficiency, you know, take some vitamin tablets or whatever stuff to kind of keep it on. But that's like one of the best options I can give you right now. You know?
So, Krishi is asking how to make simple pageant curls like Manushi's in Miss World using a hairdryer. Is that something that can be achieved using a hairdryer?
You can do. Yeah, you can, not with a hairdryer, but you know what? For those kind of curls, if you want to do it by yourself, it's always nice to have an iron. You know, so you can actually learn to do an iron curl and just kind of curl it out. So it just gives you a nice bouncy curl. The curl lasts you a lot longer and it's easier to do. But with a blow dryer and a dryer, it's not very easy to do. You know what I'm saying?
True.
To get the curl. Yeah.
So, Savio Joshi actually is asking a question that does sweat after workout cause dryness to hair, or is it just like a myth?
It's a myth, yeah. You know what I'm saying? So it doesn't cause dryness to the hair and all that stuff. But yeah, after you work out, ensure either you rinse your hair out thoroughly, yeah, or you kind of use a mild shampoo. So people who are regularly working out, you know, it's always nice if they can use again a baby shampoo post-workout, you know, just to kind of clean the scalp out. Don't use a heavy shampoo, but you need to remove a little bit of residue that's there in the hair for sure. But it doesn't dry the hair and all that stuff. So you don't have no.
True. So I think, Savio, another question which is from Sushma Bhardwaj, you know, I think it's very relevant even in general, especially because not just pageant related, of course, during pageants also we do tend to sort of go through this, but even otherwise in our day-to-day lives, you know, like how does one treat split ends? Like I think that's common to everyone.
See, split ends, the one and only solution is to trim the hair out. So you just kind of trim the hair out. Get your hair trimmed regularly. If you think you're kind of having split ends often, go every month and a half and get it trimmed out. You know, so there's no real natural remedy which you can kind of use to seal the ends and all that stuff. It's not going to happen. You need to trim it out. The other part of it is, again, the conditioning treatment I'm telling you about, which we
Yeah.
spoke about, if you do that, it just save you and save your hair from so many problems. You know what I'm saying? It's a
Yeah.
simple thing to do at home, but it's just the best thing. But there's no, the permanent solution to it is trimming the hair off. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
A lot
Yeah.
of girls
Yeah.
are home with them, trim those split ends. Don't sit and fiddle around with split ends because that tends to kind of even damage the hair even more. So people, if they have
Hmm.
split ends, they break it and then they're kind of adding on to the whole part of it.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
don't do that. So don't do that.
So, Savio, someone's asking, is there any particular kind of styles that one should self-practice when it comes to pageants that they can do for their hair during the audition phase?
Definitely, definitely. I mean, because see, at that point, you don't have too much of access to go to a salon. Sometimes you're called last minute. Sometimes you got to go early, go really late. So, I mean, one thing is try to kind of, for girls who are getting into pageants, how you learn your personal makeup, learn to do your personal makeup, learn to do your personal hair as well. So you
Yeah.
have places, go to a good salon to do a personal hair course, basic course. Just how, like sometimes to make the hair look a little bit more fuller, how to blow dry the hair in the front. How to blow dry hair. And I'm sure you're an expert at that as well, of doing it yourself, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So because looking at your hair, I can just make out. But the thing is, of course, it takes practice,
Takes
but
practice.
it's a skill the girls should know. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because end of the day, girls, you know what? You're getting into a beauty contest. You know what I'm saying? And
Yeah.
it's about looking good. It's about looking smart, about looking chic. And you've got to look confident, and your hair got to be in place. You know what I'm saying? And if you
That's
can
true.
learn to do this, because sometimes you have really pretty looking girls coming in and the hair looks really bad. You know what I'm saying? And
Yeah.
people just kind of put them off in the silence initially. And it is, what it's on the first time, of course, initially it is about the looks, about how your hair is groomed, how your makeup is put. So you've got to pay attention to those things, and you've got these DIY videos on YouTube. But I
Yeah.
would suggest go to a salon, and learn it from someone, because when you see it being done practically, when you have someone who's kind of guiding you through it, it's a small investment to do. But I mean, for anyone who's aspiring to be in the beauty business, yeah, it's like your Bollywood stars. They do brilliant blow dries. From
Yeah.
Priyanka to Shilpa to Neha, because you never know if your hairdresser is going to turn up. Sometimes you've got to go to a certain location, and all of them know how to really do a good blow dry. Or they know how to curl their hair. They know how to iron their hair out. So you've got to. It's a part of your skill set.
Yeah.
So besides looking good and besides speaking so well and being so dynamic, you've got to know. You've got to know how to do your makeup, especially your hair. Yeah.
Especially your hair. And I think this is the best time also that they can sort of up their hair game and better their skill sets, I feel.
True. Completely true. You know what I'm saying? You've got the time to sit and practice that part of it. You know what I'm saying? At least if you learn how to kind of take the sections in your hair, how to kind of part the hair, if you learn those basics, then when it comes to technically doing it, once you go in, you can always do like a half a day course or like a 2-day course or whatever with some salon or with some stylist to show you how to do it. And it makes a huge difference. But it's something, girl, you've got to do. You have to.
Yeah, I think it's just a little bit of self-investment and, of course, a lot of absorbing of knowledge. And then, of course, the practice once you can sort of step out and pick up a course, right? So,
Exactly.
Savio, another thing that, we're getting a lot of questions for is also that, hairstyles. I'm sure, you're an expert and you'd be able to better guide us. Obviously, makes a huge difference even and depends upon your face structure as well, right? Like what's the shape of your face?
Yeah.
So any 2-3 pointers that you could suggest if people have maybe like a round face, long face, square face, what kind of hairstyles they should opt for?
See, you know what? Honestly, when you're in the beauty business right now, I'm not going to beat around the bush and try to give extra gyan. But for all practical purposes, it has to look chic and it has to look glamorous. You know what I'm saying? Because it's a beauty pageant. You are selling glamour. You are selling sexiness. You are selling stylishness. That's the kind of thing that you're kind of really portraying. So one is, of course, most either if you've got long hair, because they work on long hair, they kind of to style it out. So it should be layered out nicely.
Okay.
You should invest in a good hairstylist, to kind of ensure that they layer your hair properly, which can be curled, which can be straightened out, which can be toned. So you can work it out in many different ways. That's one part of it.
Okay.
Where your face shape is concerned, you know what I'm saying? Because some people who've got flat hair or they've got fine limp hair, they've got to learn how to backcomb the hair to give it that height.
Okay.
So to kind of give it that height, give it that body to kind of make it look a little bit fuller. How you kind of exaggerate your hair, to look in a public place, or to look in front of the camera. So you've got to that is something which is more personal as well, because once you know what's going to kind of work out well on your face, of course, you go to a hairstylist. It depends how short they go with the layers, but it's always preferable to kind of be kept longer. And if you don't have long hair, invest in hair extensions, because that makes a difference. So whenever you want, you can keep your hair this length. You know what I'm saying? Because you might want something which looks good with your jawline, which kind of gives you height, which gives you length. But at the same time, you know what? For beauty pageants, I mean, that's a universal truth the world over. The girls have to have long hair. You know what I'm saying? Long hair is always preferred. If you don't have a certain length, use extensions for your hair. But having it layered properly is very important. If you've got a broad forehead, look at the way you can play with a nice a fringe, like a fringe or some light bangs. So it has to kind of be versatile, where it works out well for your photo shoots. It works out well for the stage. It works out well of how it goes with different outfits that you're going to be wearing. Yeah, so pretty much.
Yeah. So Shreya Gandhi 52 is asking, every time we shampoo and shampoo our hair, is conditioning a must?
Yes, it is a must. See, because what happens is every time you kind of shampoo your hair out. So when you shampoo your hair, you just shampoo your scalp. Okay?
Yeah.
And then once you've shampooed and you've cleansed your scalp out, then you kind of run the lather through the rest of the hair.
True.
But when you're kind of running the lather through, the shampoo does tend to dry out the mid lengths and ends. You know what I'm saying? Because it's cleaning it out, so it does dry it out a bit. So if you'll notice, once you wash your hair fingers tend to get entangled in it.
Correct.
So you need to use a conditioner. Whatever hair type you have, you've got fine hair, thick hair, whatever stuff, use a little bit of conditioner. It's only on different hair textures that the amount of conditioner kind of varies. You know what I'm saying? If you've got fine limp hair, use a little bit of conditioner, but use the conditioner. Conditioning is a must. You know what I'm saying? It adds shine to the hair. It detangles the hair. A lot of girls get scared saying, oh, you know what, Sav, I used conditioner and I could feel my hair falling. When I wash the hair out and then the hair is falling.
Yeah.
That's not true at all. So you know what happens is every day we shed about so much of hair. A small ball of hair. It's normal. With your length of hair, so much of hair is normal for it to fall because the hair is regrowing. There's regeneration happening.
Yeah.
But with long hair, what happens? The hair gets entangled with the rest of your hair. All right. So it doesn't really come out. So if you run your fingers through, you really can't feel anything coming out. But the moment you put conditioner, all that detangles in the hair and it starts coming out. So people suddenly feel, oh my God,
so much
of hair coming out. Oh my God, my hair is falling and all that stuff. And they stop using conditioner. And that becomes even worse.
Yeah.
Because by then, as the drier your hair gets, the more you're brushing it, the more hair you're breaking from the roots.
Oh.
Yeah. So then you're losing even more hair.
Even more.
So you've got to ensure that, your fingers run through your hair nice. Like how your hair looks right now. You just run your hair through fingers and it doesn't have to get exactly. That's what it is. So you just need that. So you need the conditioner. Do not say, no, I don't use conditioner. I don't like conditioner. And conditioner away from the roots. So just from the mid-lengths and then. So whatever comes in your ponytail, that's what requires conditioner.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay. Yeah. So
you can use a nice...
Sorry, please continue.
No, you can use a nice detangling brush to just kind of brush the hair out through nice.
Yeah. Now, Savio, many questions are also coming with regards to dandruff. Now, is there anything that one can do to take care of dandruff? Any DIY tip or something that you might have?
You know what? The best solution is you get these anti-dandruff tonics in the chemist. You know what I'm saying? Buy some good companies that have these tonics and for the scalp, and especially in a time like this, it's nice if you can just pick up one of those and keep it even on a regular basis. So you take in a little bit of that, or say about 10-15 drops, or maybe a capful, apply it on your scalp. So you know what, this is a nice thing. So what do you apply it on the scalp, apply it and leave it on.
Okay.
So you leave it on your scalp, you can leave it on for a good half an hour. So during this time is when you can even condition the rest of the hair. So you can condition the hair, you can apply a hair tonic and just leave it. Yeah. When you go into your shower, take your shampoo the tonic off. So whatever you put on the ointment or whatever you put on it, just kind of shampoo it out and rinse it out completely. And by default, once a week, if you do have a dandruff problem, once a week use an anti-dandruff product in your hair. You know what I'm saying? So if you're using a regular shampoo, you can always dilute it. Say every Sunday, maybe you can kind of put a little bit of the anti-dandruff shampoo and your regular shampoo, wash it out nicely to just cleanse the scalp out.
Perfect.
That's the best thing. You know, and if it's excessive, of course, right now no doctors available. You've got to kind of show it as
get it
scalp
treated.
condition.
I feel that's true.
Yeah.
So, Savio, Swati Raj Sharma is asking: is oiling very important for your hair?
Again, now this, see, for us, you know what our culture is about oil, right? Our grannies, our mothers, oil, champi laga, oil. So it's a part of our culture. It's a part of our lives. You know, you can be someone from Goa like me, to someone from Kerala, to someone from Punjab, to someone from wherever. But we have an oil, or what do you call it, tradition in our country, per se.
Yeah.
Again, when you're using oil, when you're doing oil, now listen to me very carefully. This is the most important part, actually. You know what I'm saying? So when you're oiling your hair, you only oil your scalp. You don't need to put oil on the rest of the hair. Okay? So you oil your scalp, you get your hair massaged nicely, oil your scalp completely. Again, you don't need to keep it overnight. You don't need to keep it 10 hours or so. You keep it on for a good half an hour, for 1 hour at the most, works out well. What I recommend to a lot of people who oil their hair, when you oil your hair, put your conditioner and keep after that. So you oil your hair, you've done the whole massage and everything. Take the ponytail, whatever's there, spray wet it, apply conditioner, tie it up and keep it. So you just got this whole feeling of, okay. To come back, what happens is, if you don't, when you oil your hair, if you oil it completely, if you just put oil all over, like how your hair is, you put oil all over. When you go back to shampoo it, for one, you'll end up scrubbing it so much.
Yeah.
You know, you're like it, and the cuticle gets even drier then. You know what I'm saying? So when you're removing oil out, you're using so much more shampoo. You're drying out the hair even more. You know what I'm saying? Which is completely not required. True. So you need oil only for the scalp. You don't need conditioner for the midlines and ends. Oil on the scalp. So if you just put oil on your scalp, you're shampooing it out, rinse it out properly. You don't need to put too much of shampoo after that. And at the same time, it's not over drying the rest of the hair. You know what I'm saying? So ensure that oil only on the scalp. Oil it if you want to oil it once a week, twice a week, no problem. But oil only the scalp. That's it. Not the midlines and it.
Yeah, that's true. Fair enough. I think makes sense. So, Savio, tell me something. When you are, you are an expert when it comes to styling, not just like taking care of your hair, but also when it comes to styling and, working with different looks and giving different cuts. My one question to you is, supposing when we are all at a salon, we have experts like you working on our hair, so it's all styled, it's well blow dried, of course, right? But then maybe after a few days, the hair tends to get back to its normal shape as well. So does that relate to anything to do with the hair texture, or is it completely only related to the art of styling? So how does one sort of understand that? Because, of course, as you said, anybody who's in the pageant field, has to look glamorous, 24/7 and do their hairs when they're in front of the camera. But sometimes, it's looking all great when it's done by an expert, but when we have to do it, maybe it's gone out, or maybe it's just a mental block. How does one tackle situations like these? What's the best advice you'd give?
See, now for something like that, there are two things that happen basically. One is when you kind of get a good when you get a haircut, especially if you're in the glamorous industry, invest in a good haircut. You know what I'm saying? So you ensure, like, even if you're participating or whatever stuff, that is one part of it where you ensure that you're using the right products. You ensure that you go to the right hairdresser.
Okay.
Someone who understands long hair. Everyone thinks long hair is easy. Long hair is not easy. Or for it to frame the face, for it to be layered out nicely. Because what happens with great hairdressers, they will layer out and they will style long hair in such a way where even if you wash it, it looks nice. A wash and go, it looks nice.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So that is the key part of it. And then, of course, when you style it, it kind of adds on to the glamorous quotient. The second part of it is, of course, that the problems arise are where the hair texture. Like someone with your hair texture now, and I've seen your hair texture personally, you've got great hair texture. So it's very easy for a person like you to maintain your hair. Some girls have got very coarse hairs, very thick hair, which tends to kind of frizz out faster. If they blow dry it, within an hour's time, it's suddenly like, poof, just goes all over the place.
Correct.
There are some girls who've got like fine hair and like, they put volume and they'll put a product and it then again tends to kind of completely fall flat once again. So there are different hair textures, which kind of then, so you could have a nice haircut, or again, if the hair is not cut properly as per the hair type or layered as per the hair type, it's not going to fall properly. So you wash it, you try to style it at home, you try to do whatever stuff, it's not going to work out. You know what I'm saying? But a great haircut will kind of enhance that part of it. And it's texture. So you know what? A person with fine hair has to ensure that her hairdresser or she takes an extra kind of time to sit down with an expert to teach her how she can kind of make her hair look voluminous. You're never going to, as you're never going to have a hairdresser at your beck and call at every given time.
Correct.
So you've got to learn that. Someone with coarse hair, thick hair, curly hair, frizzy hair has to learn how to take care of that hair. Because at the end of the day, girls, whoever's watching, you all are in the beauty business. You can't escape it. You know what I'm saying?
True.
It's like a lay person sees and he wants to look, oh, she's a Miss India. Oh, she's a, oh, but why is her hair like that? So people have a certain expectation out of you, and you've got to kind of learn to kind of take care of it.
True.
You understand?
I think, Savio, I'm going to add to this just by saying that, how each one of us know our skin type. It's equally important from what I'm gauging from your conversation, know your hair type. And secondly, it's pretty much like I feel a haircut is like a facial to a skin. If your cut is not good, you can't do anything about it, So I think it's very relatable when you say, and people usually shy away from getting their haircuts. Like I've seen people crying and getting all, disturbed about it. But I think the more you, how frequently you need to cut your hair depending on your hair type, I think it definitely helps better. So I agree.
Exactly.
Savio, we are although getting a lot of questions for you, and you very much ways covered most of it. I think there's one which Richa has shared, and she wants to ask you this, and I really found that interesting, especially very relatable during this time. If you could suggest a DIY hair mask that one can make sort of and use it right now, because I'm sure people can't really step out, and if they ran out of their masks, what is it that they could do at home?
Yeah. A DIY hair mask. The problem is of using food stuff on their hair tends to kind of, if you use egg, you start smelling like an omelette. And especially now in the lockdown, with so many people, everyone at home, family at home, you've got to be extremely careful.
Yeah.
But what I would kind of really suggest for a lot of people to do is, what you can do if you've run out of conditioner, if you've run out of conditioner, you can use a little bit of baby oil in your hair. Johnson's baby oil, or any other company baby oil. You can just kind of use some baby oil in the hair to do it at home. I'm not going to give you any of these kind of recipes, because some of them are tedious, and if they're not done properly, it can go the other way. You know what I'm saying? So it's a very fine line if you're not doing it properly. But at this point, I'm just saying it because we have access to a medical shop. You know what I'm saying? Those are the things which are open right now. And you have baby oils which are available.
Correct.
Use a little bit of baby oil. So after you wash your hair, at this point, take good care of it. Wet your hair, wash your hair, towel dry it, use a little bit of just a little baby oil. And just comb it through nicely and leave it on.
Yeah.
And if you can get a conditioner, condition it at least once a week. The way I've told you to. Just deep condition it, leave it onto the hair for about a good half an hour, 45 minutes. It's going to be the best thing. And pick up any conditioner. Yeah, whatever's available right now in the market, pick those conditioners up because you're indoors right now. So, if you were outdoors and all that stuff, you would require some heavy duty ones. But at this point right now, because you're at home, you don't really need like some super strong ones. You can pick up a basic one which is available in in the chemist shop. So they've started. I've been keeping a check on it. So the chemists have started kind of calling in for conditioners and shampoos and baby oil and all that stuff. But
That's true.
serums and all are still a problem to kind of get in the market right now.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
The most easiest and the quickest hack, whether it is to use it as a serum or it is to, sort of condition your hair like a mask format, is just using a little bit of baby oil. And I think that should sort them, right? Great.
Oh, yeah. I just thought, yeah.
Yeah, I think that would be great. So, Savio, first of all, while I was also listening to you and I was going through all the comments, they did throw in a lot of questions for you, which you've covered almost each and everything. And they also sent in a lot of love for you as well in the middle, saying that they're so grateful that you shared these tips because they are sort of relating to them sitting at home and how they can utilize those as well. So that's pretty cool. I think that's really nice. And I think we will take one last question, okay? Because this is something that I have gotten throughout this live. And I think it's best that I address it right now, which is right now, I don't know, Titiksha, I hope I'm pronouncing your name right. She's asking, is castor oil good for hair growth? And I think people talk about this a lot. So is it true? Is it good for hair growth?
You've got to use it on your scalp. When you're using castor, it's only for your scalp, not for the rest of your hair. You know what I'm saying? It does help out because it's a nice, castor is good for the scalp.
Yeah.
It is good for the hair follicles. But I cannot kind of, give you 100% guarantee. You use castor oil, but you've got to be ready for the smell. So make sure you and the people around you are ready for the castor oil.
Yeah. I think it's a mix of everything, right? It can't be one thing that sort of works. I think all the steps that you mentioned, whether it is cutting your hair regularly or taking care of it with the processes that you've shared, styling it, I think it's a whole package when it comes to, representing for a pageant, I feel, right? Yeah. So, okay, before we end this, Savio, what does an ideal hair grooming or a hair styling session with Savio John Pereira be like? Like, what does Savio do? Like, let's say I've come to you for a, hair consultation and I'm supposed to be a part of the beauty pageant. Let's make it fun. What would you do? Like, what are the basic stuff that you share with the girls?
The basic part, of course, is first taking a look at the hair condition. And I must say, most of the girls do look after their hair well, But everyone's always skeptical about, getting the haircuts. Oh, no, I don't want to cut my hair and I have to keep my hair long. And we are like, we're going to keep your hair long. And they're like, are you sure you can do a good job? And I'm like, yeah, okay, I promise you I can do a good job. Don't worry about that part of it. But the thing is, we look at the hair texture, we look at the length of the hair, because see, when it's too long also, it doesn't look it looks beautiful long hair, but it has to look glamorous because you are at a beauty pageant. You are going to be representing the country. Your hair has to be versatile, which I mentioned in the beginning as well. Where it can be styled in different ways. It can look good in different ways. From being open to being tied up to being kind of styled in a certain style, to making it look elegant. So color is very important, you know what I'm saying? Because color kind of creates a dimension in the haircut and in the hairstyle. So it's always nice because end of the day, Isha, you know what? It's about the camera. It's about the stage. It's about when people are looking at you. You need that larger than life kind of an effect and an image. And that's what we are here to create. And that's what you are there to kind of present, you know what I'm saying? So
true.
Besides people wanting to, because all the girls are extremely intelligent, you know what I'm saying? And they're very well educated. But at the same time, you can be intelligent, you can be smart, but it's a beauty pageant and people want to see some beauty as well. They want to see how you kind of carried yourself out. That whole package has to kind of fall into place. And so that's the first thing you look at. Okay, wow, oh, she's so beautiful. She's beautiful. Wow, she's got lovely skin, nice hair. Okay, if the hair kind of needs some kind of a treatment, or we check on, okay, what's your regime like? So what have you been doing for your hair? What have you been kind of doing all this time? How have you been looking after it? How often do you trim your hair? And most girls are scared to trim their hair and cut their hair, and they land up with split ends and dry ends, and then you have to really cut a lot of hair. And you've been for that. You've seen it when you're kind of
been there.
Your hawk eyes, okay, keeping a track on ensuring everyone's getting a great haircut and a great style. And of course, then it's about choosing the color. Color is important, and the choice of color is important because it has to go with your skin tone. You know what I'm saying?
True.
It has
Yeah.
to go with the skin tone. The way the hair is kind of placed, it has to look good. So it looks good on camera. Like your color looks amazing. You know, you're sitting on it's such a small screen for me. But I just love the way your hair is looking. It's looking lovely. The highlights can be seen nicely. You
Thank
know what I'm
you.
saying?
Yeah, yeah.
And it's a small screen. So when it's a big stage and a big screen, yeah, it has to kind of be glamorous. It has to be sexy. And that's what we kind of are working on. So, you know, cutting the hair, styling the hair, see how versatile it can be. It has to be practical where she can also manage it at home. It has to be wash and go for her. So even when she goes home and she washes it and she's not kind of putting on makeup for the next 4 or 5 days and she's not going to be using a blow dry, she has to feel good and look good. And that's what we kind of keep in mind when the girls come and sit on the chair at that point, you know?
Yeah, that's true. You know, because I have been a part of, the process when you've been sort of doing it with the girls. So I've seen it, but I think it was so imperative that you share the process, even with everybody who's tuned into the live right now, because we know
Yeah.
that you and your team work extremely hard in, sort
Thank
of
you so
grooming
much.
and styling the hair of the girls. And also, in fact, throwing tips like you very rightly did right now also on how they can take care of it also once they go back. So I'm
Yeah.
super happy that Savio, firstly, you removed time to do this session for us. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for addressing all of the questions, being so patient and being so amazing and sassy as always. You know, we all love you and you've gotten all of that love, even in the
Mm.
comments. So I
Thank you
hope
so
we
much.
get to do this live again and I hope you enjoyed it too.
Well, I enjoyed it. So many of the girls who I know of the Miss Indias and Miss Divas who signed in. Girls, I love y'all. I'm missing y'all. Once the salons open, y'all all are invited. Okay, I'm going to pamper y'all. They love coming because they get pampered completely. Everyone gets
True.
pampered. And
Yeah.
yeah, and it's great. We kind of, miss them. And it's nice. We're just looking forward to seeing everyone right now. You know, stay
Yeah.
safe, eat healthy, and wash your scalp regularly and condition your hair. Do not forget to condition your hair, whatever it is. You know what I'm saying? Post
Yeah.
lockdown, you have to still have a nice, soft, smooth, silky hair. Pick up any conditioner, pick up your baby oil. That's it. Drink lots of water, lots and lots of water. Yep.
That's
Yeah,
great.
yeah.
Thank you so much, Savio. Lots of love always. And I hope we do this live once again sometime real soon.
Oh yeah, for sure. You know what? And for me, it's like spread the love. I've just been saying, spread the love. You know,
Spread the love.
everyone needs
Yeah.
love right now. Thank you so much, and it was a pleasure being with you. Thank you.
Likewise,
Thank you so
Savio.
much.
Lots of love. Bye.
Bye,
See
baby. Bye.
you.
Bye. And once this is down, they're pampering you at the salon. All right.
Thank you. Yay. All
Mm.
right. Thank you, guys. Thank you for tuning in. And we will see you in our next live. Bye bye.